10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy. You're listening to holistic psychotherapist Sylvia Plester-Silk. I've worked with individuals, couples, and groups from parole officer to private practice and many places in between. I've learned many a lesson, and I'm ready to share. Today, we are going to talk about empaths, current situation, and self-care. I am not an astrologer, so the current situation will be a little less. But what I can say is that I am aware that there's a number of astrological issues happening and challenges and helping us to really reflect and look at things and changing patterns. It's an invitation and it can be very tiring. So, for those of you empaths like me who may be feeling just a little worn out and ready to crawl under a hole, let's talk about what we can do instead. So, one is always doing your beautiful uh, energy shielding. And that is just simply imagining from the creator, the universe, wherever that sense of beauty and positivity in your world comes from, bringing that down around yourself and imagining a big bubble around your body going all the way down into the earth and protecting you in the earth. Of course, you're always going to ground before you do this. You can also bubble it in golden white and golden light as well around that bubble can be extra powerful and helpful to just allow other people's stuff to float around you and not take it in. If we're feeling tired, we're a little bit more susceptible to that. Two, we could look at vagus nerve breathing. And that's where we breathe in slowly through the nose for 4. Hold it for 4 to 8 seconds and slowly releasing it through pursed lips for 8. And that should be seconds, not minutes. Please do not hold your breath for minutes. Yes, I am tired. Another way is to make sure your crystals are cleansed through being out in the clear moonlight, using Reiki, using sound, whatever it is that you do to cleanse your crystals. Again, many crystals cannot be in salt water. Some can. Do your research and make sure that you're not hurting your beautiful crystals. And wear them. You can see that I'm always, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm always wearing some of my crystals around my, often around my neck, and today around my wrist. Unplug. Unplug from client work, unplug from the TV, the news, social media, just unplug. Give yourself the gift of just individual time to simply be with yourself. No pressure. Book some time off in your calendar. I'm going to be taking 2 weeks off shortly to regenerate. Then get out in nature. And if you can't get out in massive nature, because maybe you live in the city, go take your shoes off and stand on grass or the sand. Be around big bodies of water if it's possible. If it's not possible to be around big bodies of water, then you're going to really want to look at having salt baths with Epsom salts or Dead Sea salts or similar, so that you can just simply be in a fairly large amount of water in comparison to a puddle and cleanse your energy and just help you release anything that's not yours. And of course, there's always the being intentional at the end of every session you do with a client or with another individual, having a conversation, just simply clearing your field. Another one for me right now is looking for fun. Finding places to laugh, joyous laughter that is not at anyone's expense, that isn't based in negativity, but in pure joy. And I watched a silly movie last night and I laughed, and it was so healing. I went to my dental hygienist, and I forget exactly what we said to each other, but I had to sit up. I was laughing so hard. We had such a good, thorough laugh together, and it was so cleansing and therapeutic. And I think that we underestimate just the joy of laughter in our lives. So, in short, we all know we're empaths, that we take on other people's stuff and we tend to get burdened. Just today's about just simply remembering to do some self-care. That list of to-do things that you're trying to rush through right now, maybe some of it can be put off. Maybe it isn't that important. I always say housework is the most patient. It will sit there. The dishes don't do themselves. The laundry doesn't do itself. So it can sit and wait. But just we are our number one priority, and we need to be. So let us practice for the next month, not even just the next week, intense self-care. Get out and enjoy your summer. Get out and do things that feed you, that feed your cell. Eat good foods, some decadent foods that just feel good, that are comforting too. All in balance, right? And just really, really, really nurture yourself through this season and through the challenges that are happening astrologically that I don't know enough to explain. But look up some people that you trust and see what's happening for your sign right now, and really honor yourself. That's all for today, folks. We've shared another 10 minutes of growth together. Remember, joy is a practice, not a destination. Keep moving forward, and I'll be right here with you next Friday.